The lights dim, the crowd roars, and the entire world holds its collective breath. An echo rings through the arena, a chant that has become a movement. This is the night. Cody Rhodes emerges, a figure draped in his signature white and gold robe, a visual symphony symbolizing the American nightmare's relentless climb towards destiny. As pyro explodes behind him, lighting up the magnificent crown jewel stage in Saudi Arabia, every single fan in attendance and watching at home knows this isn't just another title match. No, this is Cody Rhodes' chance to finally, definitively, finish his story. It's his opportunity to prove that a legacy isn't something you inherit. It's something you earn through blood, sweat, and sacrifice. On the other side of the ring stands the defiant champion, Seth "Freakin" Rollins. His World Heavyweight Championship gleams under the intense stadium lights, a testament to his reign. Wrapped in a fiery red jacket, his confidence practically radiates off him. He smirks, a look of arrogant familiarity on his face. He knows Cody. He knows him all too well. They've danced this dangerous dance before, pushing each other to their absolute limits. The arena is a whirlwind of sound, a chaotic symphony of boos for the champion and deafening cheers for the challenger. Then the bell rings. The noise becomes a singular, unified roar. Tonight, at Crown Jewel 2025, two of WWE's most iconic modern warriors are set to collide once more. The Visionary versus the American Nightmare. A battle that promises not just to steal the show, but to define an entire era. From the very first lockup, the air is thick with tension. It's immediately clear this is about so much more than power. It's about pride. It's about who is the true heart and soul of this generation. Rollins, ever the master manipulator, tries to get inside Cody's head early. He laughs, he taunts, he even mockingly strikes Cody's signature, "Whoa!" pose to the crowd, trying to turn their energy against him. But Cody isn't playing games tonight. He responds not with words, but with a sharp, stinging slap across the champion's face. The arena erupts into chaos. The message is sent. The intensity skyrockets as they trade, holds, reversals, and insults, each move faster and more aggressive than the last. Rollins fires back with a vicious superkick that snaps Cody's head back, followed by a lightning-fast flying knee that almost sends the challenger to the mat for good. But Cody, fueled by a determination forged in years of hardship, refuses to stay down. The commentary team is screaming, "Cody Rhodes will not quit. He will not be denied." Rollins, frustrated, gets in Cody's face, shouting, "You'll never finish your story, Cody." He hoists him up, looking to end it with a pedigree, but Cody counters. In a breathtaking display of agility, he twists out and drops Rollins with a devastating Cody cutter that seemingly comes from out of nowhere. The crowd explodes, their chants of "This is awesome," shaking the very foundations of the stadium. Every single move feels deeply personal. Every punch carries the weight of their shared history. This isn't just about a championship belt. It's about redemption. It's about proving who truly stands at the pinnacle of WWE. Midway through the match, the squared circle has transformed into a war zone. Both men are showing the signs of a brutal contest, but neither is willing to give an inch. Rollins, ever the tactician, decides to target a known weakness. He locks Cody in the figure-4 leg lock, wrenching back on the same knee that was surgically repaired, the same knee that nearly ended Cody's dream before. The pain is excruciating. Cody screams in agony, his face contorted, but he will not tap out. The crowd chants his name, a wave of support willing him to survive. He claws, he scrapes, he drags himself inch by agonizing inch to the bottom rope, forcing the break. But Rollins is relentless. He sees his opening and decides to take things to the next level. He slowly, deliberately climbs to the top rope, a predator eyeing his prey. He's looking for the high-risk frog splash to crush Cody's spirit and body. He leaps. But Cody, using pure instinct, rolls out of the way at the very last second. Rollins crashes hard against the canvas. Both men are down. They lie there, chests heaving, bodies broken, the physical toll of the battle evident, but their wills remain unbreakable. Slowly, Cody rises first. He feeds off the electric energy of the crowd, drawing strength from their cheers. He gets to his feet and begins to unload. Punch after punch drives Rollins back into the corner. He springs off the ropes for a disaster kick that finds its mark. He follows it up with another incredible Cody cutter. This has to be it. He pulls Rollins to the center of the ring, hooks the arms, and hits the crossroads. He makes the cover. 1, 2, but Rollins kicks out. He kicks out at 2.9. The look of sheer disbelief on Cody's face says everything. He was sure that was the end. Rollins, a trickle of blood dripping from his lip, just laughs, a crazed, exhausted laugh, and whispers, "You'll never be me." The tension is almost unbearable. Both men have given everything they have, and yet, somehow, the fire still burns hotter than ever. The final minutes are nothing short of pure, unadulterated chaos. Rollins, digging deep, manages to hit a pedigree. Surely this is over. He covers Cody. 1, 2, no. Cody kicks out. The champion is in shock. Rollins, desperate now, sets up for the stomp, the move that has put away so many opponents. He charges, but Cody dodges. Cody counters, crossroads once. He holds on, lifts him up again. Crossroads twice. The crowd is losing its mind. He's not done. He hits a third consecutive crossroads. He collapses onto Rollins for the pin. 1, 2, no. Seth Rollins kicks out again. How is he doing this? The entire arena is on its feet, a sea of screaming, disbelieving faces. Cody stands up, his eyes blazing with an unholy fire. He looks towards the heavens, a silent message to his late father, the legendary Dusty Rhodes. "This one's for you, Dad." In a symbolic gesture, Cody rips off his weight belt, the one that bears his family's legacy, and tosses it into the adoring crowd. The end is near. He drags the barely conscious Rollins up one final time, every motion screaming with exhaustion. Rollins swings wildly, a last-ditch effort, but Cody ducks under it. With every ounce of strength, every bit of heart and soul left in his body, he hits one final definitive crossroads. The impact echoes through the stadium. He makes the cover. 1, 2, 3. The bell rings, and the sound is drowned out by the eruption of the crowd. Fireworks explode over the crown jewel stage, bathing the arena in a triumphant light. Cody Rhodes has done it. After years of heartbreak, after broken dreams, after endless battles and soul-crushing defeats, Cody Rhodes has finally finished his story. He collapses to his knees, tears of joy, relief, and vindication streaming down his face as he clutches the World Heavyweight Championship to his chest. The post-match moment is one of pure, raw emotion. The crowd's chant is deafening. "You deserve it! You deserve it!" As Cody raises the title high above his head, Seth Rollins, battered but undeniably proud, slowly pulls himself to his feet. For a moment, the two warriors lock eyes. Two men who have torn each other apart for years, who have defined each other's careers. Then, in a stunning show of sportsmanship, Rollins does something completely unexpected. He extends his hand. The audience gasps. Cody hesitates for a second, and then he shakes it. A symbol of respect earned in the fires of combat, of two gladiators who gave everything they had for greatness. Cody climbs the turnbuckles, holding the championship to the sky as the fireworks continue to illuminate his tear-streaked face. The commentator's voice cracks with emotion as he declares, "The American nightmare has become the American dream come true." As the show fades to black, we see Cody walking up the ramp, the beautiful gold of the championship glistening on his shoulder. He turns back to the ring one last time, soaking in the moment, knowing that tonight, at Crown Jewel 2025, he didn't just win a title, he made history. Thank you so much for watching this epic retelling. If you love stories of heart, determination, and wrestling glory, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you never miss another moment. We'll see you next time. The impossible just happened. Roman Reigns has been defeated. The entire WWE universe could hardly believe what they had just witnessed. The unstoppable tribal chief, Roman Reigns, the man who had dominated WWE for nearly 5 years, had finally fallen. And not to a veteran like Brock Lesnar or Seth Rollins, but to the wrecking ball known as Bronson Reed. At Crown Jewel 2025, under the glittering lights of Saudi Arabia, the energy was absolutely electric. Fans were roaring, cameras were flashing, and every single eye was locked on the main event, Roman Reigns versus Bronson Reed. The moment that bell rang, it was pure chaos. Reed came at Reigns like an absolute storm, slamming, smashing, and crushing through everything in his path. Roman, as he always does, fought back with the heart of a true warrior. A Superman punch here, a spear there, but tonight nothing seemed to work. Every single move that had once ended careers failed to put Reed away. And then it happened. When Bronson Reed leaped from the top rope with his devastating tsunami splash, the entire arena shook. 1, 2, 3. Roman Reigns, pinned clean, right in the middle of the ring. That night, the foundation of the Bloodline's empire cracked, and as Bronson Reed celebrated his monumental victory, Roman's expression shifted from pure shock to unbridled rage. Backstage, just moments after the match, the tension was so thick you could cut it with a knife. Our cameras followed Roman Reigns as he stormed through the hallway, his championship dreams slipping away, fury burning in his eyes. Jimmy and Jey Uso stood by the locker room, heads down, knowing exactly what was coming. Solo Sikoa leaned against the wall, silent, unreadable, but even he looked uneasy. Roman burst into the room, slamming the door shut behind him. The camera shook. The sound of his voice thundered through the air. "You call yourselves family? You call yourselves the Bloodline?" Roman shouted, slamming both of his fists down on the table. "Where were you when I needed you out there? Where was the loyalty that built this entire dynasty?" Jey tried to step up. "Use, we were ringside." "Quiet," Roman snapped, his voice echoing. "You were ringside, yeah, watching me lose, watching your tribal chief fall because none of you had the guts to step up when it mattered." The Usos exchanged a nervous look. Jimmy muttered almost under his breath, "You told us to stay out of it." Roman turned slowly, his eyes locking onto Jimmy. "Don't you dare twist my words. When I said stay out, I didn't mean let me lose." The room went completely silent. The aura around Roman was terrifying. A volatile mix of wounded pride, consuming anger, and deep humiliation. Roman began to pace back and forth, breathing heavily. "For years, I carried this family on my back. I made you stars. I gave you main events, respect, everything. And this is how you repay me?" But Jey couldn't stay silent any longer. "No, Roman. You didn't give us anything. We earned it. You used us to keep your title. But tonight, you lost because you weren't focused. You underestimated Bronson Reed." Those words hit Roman like a physical slap. The tension exploded. Roman stepped right up to Jey, nose to nose. "You think you can talk to me like that?" he growled, his voice low and dangerous. Jimmy tried to pull Jey back, but it was far too late. Roman shoved Jey hard against the wall. "You better watch your mouth before I remind you exactly who runs this bloodline." That's when Solo Sikoa finally stepped forward, placing himself between them. "Enough," he said, his tone cold and low. "You lost, Roman. It happens. But don't take it out on us." Roman turned his death glare toward Solo. "You too, huh? The quiet one wants to play leader now?" The room felt like it was about to explode into a full-blown brawl. Roman pointed a shaking finger at the Usos and Solo. "You all made me look weak tonight. You made the tribal chief look like a fool. Do you have any idea what that means? Our enemies are watching. The Bloodline name means nothing now because of you." Jey fired right back, his voice filled with years of frustration. "No, Use. It means nothing because of you. The bloodline isn't about fear. It's supposed to be about family, and you forgot that a long, long time ago. For a moment, the air froze. Roman's jaw tightened. He raised his hand as if he was about to strike Jay, but Solo caught his wrist midair. Everyone in the room gasped. Solo's cold, unwavering stare met Roman's furious eyes. "Not tonight," Solo said quietly, but with absolute finality. "You've gone too far." Roman yanked his hand free, his face a mask of disbelief and betrayal. "You're gonna side with them? After everything I've done for you?" Solo didn't answer. He simply turned his back on Roman. That silence said everything. The once unbreakable bloodline, the most dominant faction in modern WWE history, was falling apart right before our very eyes. Roman stood alone in the middle of the locker room, breathing heavily as his family walked out on him, one by one. Jimmy left first, just shaking his head in disappointment. Jay followed, muttering, "It's over, Use." Solo was the last to leave, and his cold, quiet exit was the final dagger in the heart of the tribal chief. As the camera zoomed in, Roman's expression changed. The rage faded, and was replaced by something we rarely ever see from him: fear. For the first time in years, the tribal chief looked human. He slowly sat down, staring at his own hands, then at the empty space where his family once stood beside him. The echo of the Usos' footsteps faded down the hallway, leaving Roman completely alone with the deafening silence of his own downfall. The bloodline wasn't just broken. It was finished. The screen faded to black as Roman whispered almost to himself, maybe they were right." And just like that, the once unshakable empire of the bloodline collapsed into ashes. But one question now burns in the mind of every single WWE fan. Can Roman Reigns rebuild his throne? Or is the era of the tribal chief truly over? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. What's next for Roman and the former members of the bloodline? Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this, please hit that like button and subscribe for more content. The lights dimmed. The crowd in Perth roared with anticipation. The announcer's voice faded, and suddenly, John Cena's music hit. The arena exploded. Thousands of fans rose to their feet, holding up phones, chanting his name. "Cena! Cena! Cena!" But this wasn't a comeback match. This was something different. Cena walked down the ramp with a mic in his hand and a smile on his face. The world was about to witness something special. John Cena, the face of WWE for 2 decades, had come to introduce the phenomenal one, AJ Styles, in a way no one ever had before. Crown Jewel 2025 had already delivered unforgettable moments, but what was about to happen would go down as one of the most heartfelt tributes in WWE history. Cena wasn't just here to announce AJ Styles. He was here to honor him. As the cheers settled, Cena looked around the packed stadium. His voice echoed, "Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we celebrate greatness. Not just a superstar, not just a wrestler, but a man who changed the very definition of what it means to be phenomenal." The crowd erupted again. Cena smiled, paused, and continued with passion. AJ Styles didn't walk into WWE demanding respect. He earned it. Night after night, match after match, from the smallest arenas to the grandest stages, AJ proved that heart, skill, and determination can break every barrier. Every word hit deep. Cena wasn't just reading lines. He was speaking from the heart. Their battles, their history, their rivalry, all of it built to this moment. You could feel the mutual respect, forged in years of competition and shared passion for the ring. Then Cena leaned closer to the mic and said, "Tonight, Perth, I don't introduce a man. I introduce a legend. I introduce the phenomenal AJ Styles." The lights flashed, the music hit, and the crowd went absolutely wild. As AJ Styles' theme thundered through the stadium, fog filled the entrance ramp. The Titantron lit up with the words, "The Phenomenal One." AJ stepped out, arms open wide, soaking in the reaction. His signature hood glistened under the lights as fireworks erupted behind him. But this time, the entrance felt different. Cena stood in the ring, clapping for AJ, with genuine pride on his face. The camera caught it perfectly. Two legends sharing a moment of respect. AJ entered the ring, staring right at Cena. The fans chanted, "This is awesome," before the match even began. Cena handed him the mic, and AJ smiled. "You know, John, I didn't need a special introduction, but hearing it from you, that's something I'll never forget." Cena nodded. "You earned it, brother." The respect was real, the emotion raw, and for a few seconds even the loud Perth crowd went silent, realizing they were witnessing a once-in-a-lifetime moment between two icons. But the emotion soon turned to intensity. As AJ Styles turned his focus to the match ahead, his opponent's theme hit, a mystery challenger revealed at last. The Titantron flashed, "The Viper, Randy Orton." The crowd exploded again. Styles versus Orton at Crown Jewel 2025, introduced by John Cena. It was a dream scenario. From the opening bell, the action was electric. Orton went for the RKO early, but AJ countered with a Pele kick. Cena watched from ringside, commentating for the audience, hyping up both men with his signature enthusiasm. "Come on, AJ, that's why they call you phenomenal," Cena shouted, his voice echoing through the arena speakers. The match turned brutal. Orton hit a devastating DDT off the ropes. AJ responded with a Styles Clash attempt, but Orton reversed it. Every near fall had the crowd counting along. Every kickout drew louder screams. Then, out of nowhere, phenomenal forearm. AJ connected perfectly. 1, 2, 3. The bell rang. The crowd erupted again. AJ Styles stood tall, victorious, with John Cena sliding into the ring to raise his hand. After the match, the lights dimmed again. Cena took the mic one last time. His voice trembled slightly, not from nerves, but from emotion. "AJ Styles, I've faced you, I've fought you, and I've learned from you. You've proven that greatness isn't about how long you've been here. It's about what you do while you're here." He looked directly at AJ. "You've done it all, and you've done it phenomenally." The two men shook hands and then embraced to a standing ovation. Fireworks exploded above the ring as thousands of fans chanted, "Thank you, AJ." As Cena and Styles stood side by side, the camera zoomed in on their faces. Two warriors who gave their all to the sport they loved. Cena raised AJ's arm one last time, signaling to the world that the torch had officially been passed from one legend to another. The night ended not with rivalry, but with respect. 2 generations, 1 ring, 1 phenomenal moment, forever etched into WWE history. Every empire has its moment, but moments fade. Legends rise, and even the strongest must face the storm. In this kingdom, respect isn't given. It's earned, in blood, in glory, and in battle. The stage is set. The war for legacy begins. They say strength comes in numbers, but true greatness, that's born in solitude. You can surround yourself with allies, you can build your bloodline, your legacy. But when that bell rings, you stand alone. And that's where I thrive. Tonight isn't about friendship, it's about survival. It's about who's willing to break first, and who's willing to break everyone else. Every match tonight isn't just a fight. It's fate colliding with fire. Some fight to prove they belong. Some fight to hold on to what they've built. And some fight because it's all they know. But stories don't finish here. They're rewritten. In pain, in victory, in legacy. For years, they said we couldn't. They said this stage wasn't ours to own. But now, we don't ask for a spotlight. We take it. 4 warriors, 1 ring, no limits. They call me the Eradicator. But tonight, I'm the narrator. And this story, our story, belongs to every woman who ever fought to be seen. At Crown Jewel, we don't just fight for gold. We fight for the right to be remembered. Tonight, under the lights of Saudi Arabia, dreams will rise, and some will crumble. Titles will change hands, stories will end, and new ones will begin. Tonight, we don't just make history, we become it. The time for talk is over. The crown awaits. Who will be brave enough to take it? The Clash of Queens begins, attention grabber. Power, pride, legacy, and revenge. This isn't just a match, it's a collision between two eras of dominance. Rhea Ripley and IYO Sky team up for the first time ever to face the legendary Kabuki Warriors, Asuka and Kairi Sane, in what promises to be one of the most explosive tag team matches in WWE history. Under the dazzling lights of Crown Jewel 2025, four of the greatest female superstars on the planet are ready to make history once again. The atmosphere in Perth is electric. Thousands chanting, lights flashing, and the tension so thick you could feel it through the screen. For Rhea Ripley, this night is personal. The Australian powerhouse returns home, ready to prove why she's the most dominant woman in WWE. For IYO Sky, this night is about redemption, facing the very women who once stood by her side and showing the world she's evolved into something even more dangerous. And for the Kabuki Warriors, this isn't just about victory. It's about restoring their legacy, proving that no alliance, no champion, and no new generation can ever replace their dominance. The war is set. The Warriors are ready, and Crown Jewel 2025 will never be the same again. Section 2. The Backstory, Broken Bonds and Rising Rivalries. The road to this match began long before Crown Jewel. Weeks earlier on Raw, IYO Sky found herself outnumbered after a shocking ambush. Just when it looked like the Kabuki Warriors were about to end her run for good, Rhea Ripley's music hit. The crowd erupted as the Eradicator stormed to the ring, taking out both Asuka and Kairi with thunderous power moves. That moment changed everything. Backstage, WWE cameras caught an intense stare between Rhea and IYO. No words, just respect. The next week, the two joined forces, forming a partnership built on mutual dominance, not friendship. But the Kabuki Warriors weren't backing down. Asuka reminded IYO, "We were family before you turned your back on us." Kairi warned Rhea, "You may be strong, but you have never faced true unity." Every week after that, chaos followed. Rhea and IYO dominating matches, while the Kabuki Warriors used their unmatched chemistry to launch mind games and ambushes. Rhea's power versus Asuka's technique. IYO's speed versus Kairi's precision. Four warriors on a collision course, heading straight toward one of the biggest women's matches in WWE Crown Jewel history. Section 3. The Team Dynamics. Allies or Adversaries. As Crown Jewel approached, cracks began to show in the unlikely alliance of Rhea and IYO. Both are alpha competitors, both used to being the center of attention. Rhea made it clear, "When I'm in that ring, I'm the leader." But IYO, never one to take orders, fired back. "You stay on the ground, I'll rule the sky." Their differences became headlines across WWE. Could two powerhouses with such massive egos actually work together, or would their rivalry hand victory to the Kabuki Warriors before the match even began? Meanwhile, Asuka and Kairi Sane's connection only grew stronger. Years of friendship, shared triumphs, and unbreakable trust gave them an edge. They trained together, strategized together, and prepared to dismantle Rhea and IYO piece by piece. WWE fans around the world debated endlessly. Would raw power and agility overcome experience and unity? By the time Crown Jewel arrived, one thing was certain. The chemistry between these four women was explosive, and the world was about to witness something unforgettable. Section 4. The Match. Chaos in the Desert. The bell rings. The crowd explodes. Rhea Ripley starts against Asuka. Two absolute forces locking up in the center of the ring. The strength of Rhea meets the cunning of Asuka. Rhea overpowers early, throwing Asuka across the ring like a rag doll. But Asuka bounces back, using blistering strikes and submission holds to slow the powerhouse down. Kairi tags in, bringing her signature high-flying energy, but Rhea catches her midair and slams her down with a brutal suplex. The crowd roars, "Mommy! Mommy!" fills the arena. Io Sky enters, taking flight with a breathtaking springboard dropkick that sends both Kabuki warriors crashing out of the ring. The Genius of the Sky soars over the top rope with a picture-perfect moonsault to the floor. The Perth audience goes wild. But Asuka and Kairi aren't finished. They regain control with surgical precision, blinding IYO with a missed fake-out, trapping her in the corner with double kicks. They isolate her, cutting off the ring, tagging in and out with flawless rhythm. Rhea desperately stretches for the tag, screaming for IYO to hold on. After minutes of punishment, IYO flips out of a suplex, hits a desperation knee strike, and dives for the tag. Rhea Ripley storms in like a hurricane. Clotheslines, headbutts, powerbombs. She wipes out both Kabuki warriors. The ring shakes with every move. Asuka tries to spray her green mist, but Rhea ducks. The mist hits Kairi instead. IYO capitalizes with a moonsault, while Rhea plants Asuka with Riptide. 1, 2, 3. Rhea Ripley and IYO Sky win in dominant fashion. The crowd stands on its feet, chanting for both teams. 4 women who gave everything in that ring. Section 5. The Aftermath. Respect, Rivalry, and Redemption. As the final bell echoes, Rhea Ripley and IYO Sky stand tall, sweat pouring, eyes locked. No smiles, no hugs, just silent respect between two dangerous competitors. IYO raises her arm, signaling that the sky still belongs to her. Rhea smirks, pointing to the ground, reminding everyone that she still rules the earth. Meanwhile, Asuka and Kairi embrace in the corner, disappointed but proud. They lost the battle, but they reminded the world that the Kabuki Warriors are still the heart and soul of women's tag team wrestling. Backstage rumors swirl. Could Rhea and IYO become an unstoppable tag team, or will their egos collide sooner than later? One thing's for sure, Crown Jewel 2025 delivered a war. 4 of WWE's most dominant women gave everything: power, passion, and pride. And as the lights fade in Perth, one message echoes across the WWE universe. When power meets precision, history is made.